Welcome! From the elegant simplicity of straight spirits on the rocks to complex and fruity concoctions with little umbrellas, we serve all kinds of drinks. Cocktails can be served, chilled or warm, shaken or stirred. Everyone has their own preferences. We encourage customers to consult with our staff to create the perfect cocktail to accompany their evening.
You're gonna be a real food connoisseur by the time this is over. You just have 3 more restaurants left to visit.
Every one of our... We get our seafood fresh every morning. Comes straight out of the ocean. Tastes great raw or grilled. A chef is even more important when preparing uncooked dishes. The way you slice a tuna makes all the difference in the world.
Two more places, Light, and you'll have managed to sample all the popular restaurants of the Glutton's Quarter. There's a supply rail that runs through the area. That'll be your means to sneak in.
Come enjoy.
She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon.
Even kids who hate greens love my veggie dishes. Vitamins and vegetables are determined by their color. You want a wide variety for a well-balanced diet.
Almost there, Light. You have one more restaurant left to visit.
Oh, 100% natural.
You found Gordon Gourmet and you told him about my restaurant? Why, thank you.
The sunrise used to make...
So I got that one.
me feel alive.
Let's go this way.
It's such an incredible
Nothing but the best. Welcome. We have a popular selection. Nothing but the best food. Upstairs is the banquet hall. This is the famous banquet hall.
Visit the restaurants of the Glutton's Quarter and acquire...
This is my family. Here at the banquet of the Lord, we are...
Welcome. When offering a complete dining experience to discerning patrons, superb food and excellent drinks are not enough. One must always anticipate the needs of your patrons. I am constantly assessing the dining space from the viewpoint of my customers, the comfort, the decor. Our customers want more than just a meal. They come for the memories they can savor for years to come.
Well, you visited all the best restaurants. What do you say, Light? Do you feel like you've learned all there is to know?
Listening to scraps of advice from chefs won't make me an expert. Besides, most of what they told me was common sense, and they didn't tell me anything I hadn't heard before.
She has rose.
Maybe you should go back and talk to a real expert. Go to the banquet of the Lord and see what Gordon Gourmet has to say.
This description to the nearest.
Well, how goes the culinary tour?
I did what you suggested. I visited the top restaurants in the neighborhood.
That is excellent news. So now let me give you the advice I promised. If CD's restaurant wants to turn its business around... wait, let me ask you something first.
You've eaten at XIII's and at the best establishments in Yusnan. Why don't you tell me what you think is the main difference between the two? I'd be interested to hear your opinion, in your own words, of course.
Why? Is this some kind of test?
Yes, exactly. Now tell me, what did all the successful restaurants have in common that poor old XIII's lacks?
Let me see. Everyone I spoke to was helpful. They seemed honest and open. I don't think they were lying to me, but something seemed off.
Oh, would you care to elaborate?
Well, it almost felt like they were hiding something from the customers. But it wasn't as if they were deliberately lying or trying to deceive anyone. In fact, I don't think they realized it themselves. They thought they were telling me everything they knew. Yes, that's it. It was unconscious, like an instinct. They were hiding something, but they weren't doing it deliberately at all. I'd say the very best chefs, restaurant managers, and bartenders all share some kind of secret. It's like a special ingredient that makes their food stand out from the others.
What a wonderful deduction. You have hit the nail on the head. To think you discovered this answer only after visiting a few establishments. It is as you say, the best, most successful restaurants have a certain je ne sais quoi, a secret something that makes their offerings unique. And finding that something, that is what I do best. In other words, if the restaurant does not already have a special something, then I simply cannot help it.
Then what about XIII's? Do you think you can help him?
I can tell you this, the chef there already knows his secret. The talent is there to make that restaurant a success. Unfortunately for him, the secret spice that gives his dishes flair is extremely rare. He cannot secure supplies, and that is why he struggles. Let me be specific. Once upon a time, XIII's recipes all featured the spice commonly known as civet musk. But then supplies dried up and the restaurant fell into a long decline.
You seem to know a lot about XIII's.
Well, a long time ago, let's just say we have a close history and leave it at that.
Fine by me. All I need to know is that if I can find this spice, the restaurant should start bringing in customers.
Yes, exactly. The problem is the spice is not easy to find. In fact, the only way to acquire it would be to defeat certain monsters. Such a shame. All for want of a single spice, his restaurant is failing. He has the recipe for success, he just needs the final ingredient.
This is the famous Banquet of the Lord, recognized by even the patron himself.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security. Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the...
What's done is done. You surprised? Fate is what it is. It's your funeral.
That's it, Light. You found some civet musk. You should head back to Gordon Gourmet and see what he advises you to do next.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Good morning. Citizens are asked to report 11 a.m. The Recreation and Leisure Committee would like to welcome all new visitors to the city.
Here at the banquet of the Lord,
Banquet of the
we are
Lord in the
happy to
Glen
welcome
Quarter is now open and serving
Ha!
brunch.
I'd recognize that fragrance anywhere. You found civet musk. Thank you indeed. It's very kind what you're doing. CD's is lucky to have you on its side.
Why are you thanking me? If anyone should be grateful, it's me, and the owner of CD's, for all of your helpful advice.
Oh, quite so. When you put it that way, of course you're right. I just get caught up in a project and start thinking it's my own restaurant I'm saving. But back to business. Here, I developed this new and original recipe. I want you to take it back to CD's together with the civet musk you acquired. The owner will be waiting anxiously for you.
So, you still don't want to meet him yourself?
I'm afraid that won't happen. Not ever again. However, that doesn't stop me from wishing him and CD's the very best. Please tell him that whatever happens, I'll be praying for his success.
Lightning, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Do you remember what the owner of CD's told us when we met?
You mean the story about his son that ran away from home when the restaurant started struggling? Great minds hope. We've both been thinking that maybe this son of his went on to become a famous food expert.
And that's why Gordon won't meet CD's owner. But he still clearly wants to help out. Let's take the civet musk and recipe to CD's.
And how might I be of help? Thank you very much. Don't forget all
We provide relaxation and delight.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report matching the description to the nearest security.
Gordon Gourmet created a new recipe for you. You should make it with this civet musk. Do that and you'll be able to save your restaurant. At least, that's what he said.
Why, thank you. This is wonderful. How can I ever repay you? This is incredible. Everything is here in black and white. A groundbreaking dish. I'd never have thought to do half the things in this recipe. The genius of Gordon Gourmet oozes from every word.
Notice anything else?
About the recipe? No, not particularly. It's well organized, written in a clear hand. Wait. This handwriting, it looks strangely familiar. Yes, I've seen it before. These swirls, these bold loops. Could it be?
I think so. It turns out Gordon Gourmet has a secret identity. He's your long-lost son.
He is? And you're sure it was him who created this wonderful recipe? But more importantly, he's in this town. Is he happy?
You have nothing to worry about. He's doing great. Except, I'm really sorry, but I don't think he wants to see you again. I can't tell you where he is.
But why? Yes, we quarreled when he left, but that was a long time ago. Is he still angry at me?
Do you have a message for him? I can make sure he gets it.
Well, how about this? I'm gonna make his dish just like the recipe lays out. Would you be so good as to deliver it to him? At the very least, I want him to try it. Truth be told, what I really want to tell him is to come back to CD's and work with me. Perhaps if he knew that I still haven't lost my touch. Would that be enough to entice him back? I don't know.
I don't think words alone will do it, but if he tries your dish and likes it, that might be enough for him.
And there it is, finished at last. Here, please, I want you to be the first to taste it.
All right. I'm feeling hungry anyway. Wow, this might be the most delicious thing I've ever had in my entire life. Really, it's incredible.
Why, thank you. Although all the credit must go to my son, it was his doing. Here, I've made enough for one more. I've asked you for many favors, but would you do this last thing for me?
Sure. I'll take it to Gordon Gourmet.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon.
This is the famous Banquet of the Lord, recognized by even the...
Oh, do I smell what I think I smell? I do, don't I? That must be my recipe.
Yes, the owner at XIII's insisted that I bring you a portion so you could taste it for yourself.
I see. Well, then... Oh, yes. A perfect balance of fuzzy mutton and civet musk. The palate sings. It's a microcosm of culinary delight. A theme park of olfactory and gustatory attractions. And if you think that's hyperbole, I've only just begun. This is even better than I imagined. I always knew he was a skilled chef, but this...
So, why don't you go back there and help him out again in the kitchen?
Go back? What do you mean? I've never... Oh, all right. The cat's out of the bag. You've somehow figured it out. What my true identity is. Yes, I admit it. I am indeed the son of the owner of XIII's restaurant. It was a long time ago, but one day we quarreled, and I left the shop vowing never to return. We fought over cooking, you see. But even after I left, I vowed that one day I would rebuild the restaurant. That's what started me on my journey to becoming Gordon Gourmet. Since then, I devoted every waking hour to learning about the culinary arts. After many years of study, I finally had an epiphany. I realized what XIII's restaurant needed to regain its former glory.
You had a falling out because of the menu? But when your father saw your recipe, he was thrilled. All he could talk about was how he dreamed of you coming back. So the two of you could run the restaurant together, just like old times.
So he recognizes my ability. Oh, but it's too late. I can't go back now. The fact is, I abandoned him in the restaurant when times were tough. I'm ashamed of what I did. I can't face him again.
You mustn't feel that way, my son.
Father, how did you find me?
My apologies to the young lady, but I wanted to see you. I followed her after she left the shop. What do you say? Let's start over. You set out on your own, did things your own way, stayed true to yourself, working hard to achieve your dreams. And now look what you can do. The recipe that you created was amazing. I've never seen the likes of it before. What can I say except that I am proud of you?
But Father, I left you.
Not in my wildest dreams could I have conceived of such a dish. Indeed, if you had given it to me back then, I doubt I would have recognized its greatness. But worse, I wouldn't have believed you could be capable of such a thing. I always underestimated you, my son. For that, you have my sincere apologies.
It's all right. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for abandoning you and the restaurant when you were struggling to keep it going.
Looks like you two have made up.
Yes. Now let's get to it, shall we? Together. We'll make XIII's a success again!
that went well. A microcosm of culinary delight, did he say? That sounds rather tasty to me. Was it as good as he said?
Want me to pick you up some takeout?
You know what I'd prefer over that? If sometime you made me one of your specialty dishes.
I haven't spent much time in kitchens, but if you want something off the campfire grill, maybe I could rustle something up. I was never as good a cook as Sarah, but I have been told that I grill a pretty mean behemoth steak.
Interview time.
But, well, I'll sit on the side of the road for both of us.
Just like last time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Keep our
Last
Georgia
time I was
safe.
in Hill. Now I'm on Sepulveda in Westwood.
Ah.
I'm mixing it up. I'm giving you guys a tour of LA.
Yeah, last time you were in a gas station.
I know
parking lot.
exactly where you are.
Yeah.
Oh, you live near each
I'm
other?
across the Nagel Club.
Oh, I grew up in Los Angeles, so there's
Ah.
very few places that you can imagine we haven't.
Rachel gets around, so she's trying to say.
I do.
Yeah, she just moved, right?
I'm an old veteran. Yes, I did. Well, a few months ago, but I'm already can't wait to leave.
You're moving again? Wow. You're moving again?
Well, eventually. I still have 8 more months. I'm stuck in a lease, you see. But it's so bad. I just, it ain't my dream house. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So,
Do you guys, when are you going live, or are you live right now?
we're
It's
live
fascinating.
right this second.
Oh no, wait! You guys are listening to this right? This is how come I've been telling you all this stuff. I'm like, so I got scratchy.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
We're just like blah 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 blah.
There's
blah.
only 517 people eavesdropping on everything you say, Georgia.
All right, cool guys. Yeah, cool. So
Only 517. I'm disappointed.
Sorry
Okay,
guys.
I'm
I know
working
it's getting entertainment. Let's bring it up a notch here. So
I'm
let
gonna
me go
have
on.
to put on my entertainer face.
Yeah, didn't you guys act as certain popular characters before? Weren't you guys some Final Fantasy characters before or something?
I have no idea what you're talking about. They usually give you a cue and because you just talked about nothing beforehand.
No, they actually they just said Rachel and Georgia can blah blah all they want. We'll listen.
Aww.
You have the chat up, right, Rachel?
Besides blah blah.
Yeah.
How about I paint my nails while we're doing that?
Yeah,
You
but
are multi-talented, Georgia.
it seems like it. Driving too.
Yeah, no driving. No,
No driving.
Do not drive and paint your nails. I may
Don't
have
hurt
not-
my Georgia.
Hey, I told her to get home safe before she called.
Yeah.
Well, but you realize that Georgia is out busy ruling the world right now, so sometimes
Yeah.
it takes a while to get home. This city is pretty darn spread out,
Yeah,
so
the traffic,
it
I
takes
couldn't
twice
imagine.
as long to get anywhere as you would think.
Yeah,
I
but
have to say that this last few weeks has been the most nutty and wonderful few weeks of my life. Like I
Good.
cannot take a second to breathe. So it's actually really nice to just sit and talk to some folks.
oh, good.
I'm very happy to be doing this.
What have you been up to? Some of your alopecia organization stuff?
Yeah, it had the 2020 story that I did a few years ago re-aired on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and so I got the biggest response from that one, which was ironic to me because we were up against the Winter Olympic opening ceremony. So I was like, great, 3 people are going to watch my story on Friday.
Yeah.
But it turns out a lot of people did, and the press from it, like the UK came out with a few different articles. Things are just going a little bonkers. And to throw in the mix, I've been doing a lot of, I've started a non-profit working with lower-income children doing art, and we're like rolling out now at the moment. And then I fell in love. So trying to balance a new boy and all of this stuff when he leaves town tomorrow, I was like, okay, this is a little nutty. I was like, stop talking, beautiful face. I need to work.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what's going on, honestly.
That's good. I didn't even know they re-aired your... I
Fantastic.
didn't even know they re-aired that.
Yeah, they did. It's the 3rd time that they've re-aired it now. It's so amazing. I'm so grateful that they have.
Yeah.
It makes me happy.
And it's a really beautiful, well-handled story, by the way. They did a very nice job.
thank you. I really, really agree, and I can say this now. This is a bit of gossip. I can say this now because it's come out and it's quite public. I've always felt a little bit down about that article, and I've always felt a little like, I don't know if it was quite right, and Elizabeth Farkas was amazing, but there was just like something missing. And she came out recently and admitted about some stuff in her life that's been a challenge for her, and it made me, I was like, oh, I wasn't imagining it. There was something going on. So I feel a lot better after 3 years of thinking I was just really crap at that interview.
No, never.
So it's been, like, I have to say that every time the awareness is raised so much, they're so wonderful at 2020. I'm so happy that they did that story because it's just opened up so much. So, yeah, thanks, Rach. It's pretty cool. Very cool.
You're pretty cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
kind of like a superwoman.
She really is.
Yeah.
I'm the crazy
No,
one.
you're the superwoman.
No, you are. No, you are.
I just yammer.
So that's the point.
But what have you been up to, Rachel?
I've been pretty busy with work, which has been nice. I had a lot of interesting things happen last year. It was kind of a crazy year.
Yeah.
Things flipped upside down, but sometimes you kind of have to get burned to the ground before things can get really great again.
No, I know that.
So there was, let's call it upheaval. But, within, after the move and all that, things got really busy again. That's when I started work on Final Fantasy XIII again.
Yeah, when did you get the call for that? Both of you, same time?
It was sometime in April. And it was perfect timing. It could not have come at a better time because I was, sort of at my wit's end. And it was really nice to see, like, hey, I've got that. Ooh, and there's more, and there's more, and there's more. I've been working on a lot of different projects. I did some anime last year. I don't know if there are any anime fans out there. I did Ikitosen. I play Unsho Kanu, or Kanu Unsho if you prefer, in Ikitosen. Continuing to do... What's that?
Nothing. I'm being facetious.
She doesn't look too dissimilar from Fang. It's actually very funny.
Really?
She's long purple hair.
I want you to tweet me a picture of her. I want to see her.
Oh, absolutely. Continue to do more Guild Wars stuff.
Yeah.
The DLC for that is great. I play Rox Whetstone and a number of ancillary characters, and it just keeps on giving, and that's always fun. I've got, what else? Oh, Defiance.
Yeah.
I play the female veteran in the Defiance DLC. What else? Something else is coming out that I'm still not allowed to talk about.
Aww.
No, they literally made us pinky swear it with blood.
Can't even say a character name?
Like a Square Enix deal? A little bit like a Square Enix deal?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and also there's that sort of underlying veiled threat of, don't say anything or you'll never work again.
That underlying veiled threat is so
underlying, or just like, here's your thumbprint. We have it scanned into our system. But yeah, no, I mean, things are good. And you said you have a new boy. I have a new boy. So.
Oh my God, we're in love. Fang and Vanilla are in love. Oh, spoiler alert! Not with each other, everyone. Not with each other.
There's that question that's already been spammed again tonight.
Well, that's the question we probably get asked the most.
Yeah.
Totally. And by the way, yes, everybody, Fang and Vanille do love each other very much.
They love each other.
But in what way?
That is up to you guys.
Up to your interpretation.
So you guys don't know.
They never made it entirely clear. I honestly think they left it deliberately ambiguous, and I think it's, I think of course they love each other. They would do anything for each other. They grew up together. They would sacrifice themselves for one another. It's definitely love. I've always perceived it as they were either best friends or like sisters.
Yeah,
but
that's the way I work.
But I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm saying that's just, I think it's all in the perception of it. I mean, all you need to know is that they have a bond that's stronger than, anything that supersedes any particular category of relationship.
Somebody in chat just said that Fang was originally intended to be a male character, so maybe there was some kind of a
That is true. That is absolutely true. She was meant to be. Thank goodness they changed their minds.
Yeah.
Right? We might have never met. That'd be so
I know.
So did it work the same way? You guys didn't get to record your lines at the same time?
We never
We'll
did.
Never worked together.
It's unfortunate. I
Seems
did
like
see.
it'd be
I did
easier.
see Georgia. I saw your name signed in when I got there one time.
Yes.
I guess you'd already been there. No, they never let us record together, which is kind of sad. But I mean, that's more due to scheduling, and it doesn't work that way necessarily. A lot of prelay animation does that, but really that's one of the only instances where you're going to read with other people.
Yeah, that's so funny. I was just saying that the other day to another interview. I was like, I really think that TV animation and maybe movie animation sometimes is the only voiceover genre where people work together. But that makes sense. In sitcom, you need that repartee.
It's unfortunate, but at the same time, I understand why we have to do it. And I mean, and occasionally, I never heard any of your dialogue when I was recording. Sometimes they would play some of the English for me to play off of in the past, but not this time.
Oh, this time we didn't get anything. We got timing. Did you get the timing?
Oh God, yes.
Oh
we
my
had
God.
to fit everything within time codes, which is so.
They'd be like,
What does that mean?
cut out, like they'd be like, okay, say the line. No, and we need that a quarter of a second shorter.
Oh wow.
We need
And it's not like we're sitting here measuring the time in our heads too, and it'd be frustrating because sometimes the director, and I'm sure Georgia, you worked with both Jamie and Chris, and they'd say, God, that was perfect. We just needed a little shorter.
Oh, man.
Or, it takes
I know,
time.
there's that
So
frustration.
we're not looking at the screen, actually. So I'm sitting here trying to gauge how fast and I'm a pretty fast talker in real life anyway, but sometimes I'd even have to speed it up or really draw it out. So that was unusual because, we're not doing lip flap. It's not like we're dubbing, but it's similar to it, and it was frustrating because sometimes they'd be like, okay, can you totally replicate that but faster?
Yeah, because of the whole Japanese trying to match up the mouths and all that, I'm guessing.
Totally.
Yeah. Here's a question. Did you guys ever have any input on your character's development in the story? Well, there's no way because it was a Japanese game first.
No. NOE. Occasionally, there is a tiny bit of leeway with modifying some dialogue, but as far as story and character development, no, that's completely out of our control.
Did she say BRB?
That would have been.
Oh.
Been like, I would like to marry Snow.
Yeah.
I think she should go on a side mission and go to Costco and get some more supplies. Would that work?
That'd be a cool story, like DLC.
You never know.
Neil wants to pick up some trail mix.
Right.
So
we're out of toilet paper.
I haven't been able to play the game at all. Are you able to disclose how?
Story and the way it ends.
So you know the story then?
Oh, well, we know our parts of it anyway.
Will we be happy with your characters?
I sure hope so. I sure hope. Well, I'll put it this way: I don't know what Vanille, but Fang is so very Fang in this one.
Yeah.
Maybe even more Fang. It's I don't want her to be a caricature of herself, but yeah, she's super Fang, super Fangy.
What about Vanille?
She's super Fang. She's super Fangy. Sorry.
How's Vanille doing?
She's super Fangy too.
Oh.
No, you're so right, Rachel. Like, Vanille becomes, like, if you could imagine what would happen to Vanille in 25 years, or however many years it is, I can't remember now. Like, as she grows up and who she becomes, it's, like, so perfect. I mean, it's no mystery.
Oh, yeah.
Being in the trades that Vanille becomes a saint, but it's so, like, who she is totally the girl that grows up and has like a transformation and gets to peace with herself after everything she's done, and now has a role. Like, it's so perfect.
Oh yeah, and Fang is still trying to run the show all the time.
So does this mean there's a conclusive ending, or is there going to be multiple like in 13-2?
I'm pretty sure this is it. This is they have not made any mention of a fourth one. There's already been. This is the second sequel in a game that probably, I don't know if they had ever intended to make a first sequel, but you know, but three for one installment is pretty damn good. So.
Well, I just meant like.
It is a pretty definitive ending. Like, okay, you know, it's the whole joke is that Final Fantasy is never final.
Yeah.
But I think for this particular installment, I think they pretty much put a door on it.
Bring it back.
That's good. Everybody's gonna be happy about that.
What are you trying to say?
So.
No, because like there's a lot of open endeds in 13.2. There's like 5 to 6 different endings, so you never really. Yeah, so that's why I meant like, are there going to be multiple different ways that you know?
Oh no, I think there's just the one ending. Unless, look, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing in the world for there to be alternate endings that we didn't know about until later on. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. Like us turning into criminals to save everyone?
Yeah. Well, obviously you get out of that.
Yes.
Hopefully that happens soon.
Yeah, I think I really genuinely feel that the fans are going to be really happy with this. I read a few reviews this morning just to sort of see what the vibe was. And the reviewers had been, and you know what reviewers are like.
Yes.
And they've been really positive. So I was like, okay, well, if they're saying good things, I'm pretty sure.
Reviews mostly have been, and a lot of it has to do with the actual gameplay too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always curious to see what people have to say about story and character development, but a lot of the game reviewers don't really touch on that, at least that I've seen so far.
No, I agree with you. I was like looking for that, and they're like,
probably
oh,
read
no,
the 7 and 8 one.
You can fire and it's move. I'm like, what about us? Talk about us.
I could be a glutton for punishment. They say don't read the reviews. Because there's always going to be, you know, a couple people who are going to just, you know, badmouth you, but it's okay.
Oh, are you kidding me? Do you know how many people
all.
told me your accent's better than mine? I'm like, seriously, you're going to tell me the American has a better Australian accent than me? Shut your boots.
Yeah. There was a debate about that last night, whether you were Australian or not, actually, in my chat.
I was just like, I love that you guys think that, but she's the actual Australian.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, I got a lot of flack for sounding like quote-unquote Steve Irwin and or Paul Hogan.
Oh, really?
And I said, that's because you've never heard any other Australians in your life.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, they all sound like us, don't worry. Cool.
Exactly.
Let's see, what else do we have here? Do you either... What's
in
that?
chat, by the way. Hi.
Oh, you have it? Good, good.
No,
wait,
I'm just saying, I can't see it. But
can you see it, Rachel?
Can I see what?
The chat?
No, do I have to log in? I thought I was just able to log in, just sort of view it, but it keeps buffering and saying.
Oh, the chat's buffering? That's.
Yeah, nothing's happening. No, I assure you, it's probably my computer because.
You never got a new one yet?
Oh God.
I remember you were complaining about it last time.
It's a long story.
Right, well, then I'll
it's not laziness. It has nothing to do with laziness. It just has to do with allotted funds. But
yeah. So have you guys? Do you guys either of you have a favorite moment from any of the 3 games? Probably. Well, go.
Ooh. Oh, of all the 3, that's tricky.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, 90 seconds in the second one. That's kind of being generous. I didn't even think it was that long.
Yeah.
I actually, you know, because I'm that OCD, I think I actually did clock it. It's about 92 seconds.
Oh, really? Well, you came in at the end, though.
Yeah.
At the scene.
Yeah, no, it was mostly vanille, and then I show up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it definitely left the door open.
Yeah, for sure.
Favorite moment? In Final Fantasy 13. There were so many moments that this is the coolest moment ever. I mean, I know this. I actually think my favorite moment, truthfully, of Final Fantasy for me was when Vanille finally dropped everything and had that sad moment.
Yeah.
Where she's real with him. You know, whether it's in a dream or not, it's like, it's such a change. It was like, yay, I could be a normal person.
Yeah, she had to do it with a lot of the characters.
Yeah. So that switch was super cool. In the new one, spoiler alert, maybe, I'm not sure. I'm going to try my best and not do anything here to spoil anything. But there are a couple of moments where...
I'm sorry, I'm blocking this. You guys can keep listening, but I don't want anything spoiled. That's why I gave you the link.
Can't hear you. You there, Rachel?
I'm here. Meanwhile, don't mind me. I'm trying to log in, and I'm having a bit of trouble. But again, I don't think that's got anything to do with the site. I think it's just my computer is really upset that I'm asking anything of it.
Yeah, it looks like we're losing Georgia. It's a connection problem. She'll be back.
It's hard to, yeah, Skyping on the phone is tough. I've tried.
Oh yeah, it is definitely. I didn't know that I could actually call her on her phone. It might be easier for her.
Maybe.
I'll do that.
Oh, how bound to technology we are.
That means you have to entertain the chat for me. Can you sing a little song or do a little dance or anything?
Dancing. Oh, I've been dancing this whole time. You just can't see it.
Oh. Okay, let me see.
Letting me sign
Dancing for you, Ruben.
So weird.
Yeah, you had your.
You better ask her out, bro.
I did. I don't know why. I mean, I'll try that. Let me see if that works. Do we have any other questions in the meantime? At least while we don't have Georgia, then we can talk about it.
Let's see. Do you? That's a whole bunch here. Do you know if you'll be in any future Square projects? Or they just call you on the fly?
I was just, everybody, Bravely Default just came out in the United States.
You're in them? Oops.
I am indeed.
Oops.
Hello?
Hey, I'm calling you your cell phone.
Georgia.
Cal, you are. That was
right
you.
now.
I was like, what happened? Where'd you guys go?
Okay, you want me to keep you here, or do you want to go to your cell phone?
Will it be better? Is it okay if we go to the cell phone?
I didn't.
Just so we don't lose each other?
It was just whatever would be easy for you. Because I didn't know if Skype was giving you trouble on your phone. I can have whichever you want. I thought you were going to be at home.
Yeah, I know. I thought so too.
Well, we can try
probably
this again.
better phone.
You want me to do the phone?
Just so. Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome to Technical Difficulties with Georgia Van Collenberg.
All right, I will speak to you in a second. All right, you there, Rachel?
I'm here. I still can't log in. I'm a ding-dong and never wrote down my password, so I don't remember what it is.
All right, let's try that. Get this ringing out of the way. Hopefully it doesn't say her number live.
Hello.
There we go.
Yay!
We can hear you now.
Hooray! And I love that.
Okay, Rachel.
Still, you're not coming through on my speaker. I don't understand life.
I broke it. I'm sorry.
You broke everything. Oh no.
You broke everything.
Doing what I can.
Thanks so much.
So you said you're in Bravely Default, Rachel? I did not know that.
Rachel. Well, sorry, what?
Yes, I'm in Bravely Default as Holly White, the White Mage. I've been playing a lot of villains lately.
Wow.
Well, you're pretty villainous.
Yes, I know. I am sinister. Yeah, we recorded that last summer, and that's a Square game. And what's interesting is a lot of people are saying it is a throwback to the old Final Fantasy.
Yeah, big time.
And, again, I haven't played it. I have no gaming consoles whatsoever, which sometimes makes me sad, and sometimes I'm relieved because I can be a glorious time waster if I want to be. And I could very easily disappear for 60 hours playing anything. So
that's why I've said I need to keep them away from me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play at other people's houses, but I won't have it at my own house. Having the iPhone and the iPad already is sort of, yeah, I feel like I'm wearing one of those bracelets that's being monitored by the board somewhere, so it's very hard to work without.
Yeah. Oh, here's a question, Georgia. Got Mayo would like to know if you can solve the Rubik's Cube.
Wow.
That's the best question for Rachel.
You don't have to answer.
You want to show me?
The Rubik's Cube?
Yeah, I could learn.
I can't even do it, probably.
No, I've never tried, is the truth.
Yeah.
Have to be.
So what about you?
Never.
Are you anything new coming up, Georgia?
Sorry, what was that?
Are you in anything new coming up?
Oh, not in the video game world, I have to confess. Besides a little game called Final Fantasy 13-3.
Mm-hmm.
So besides that, not in video game world. I have been doing so many different things in different areas. Honestly, my life has become quite varied and ridiculous, but really fun. So I'm in a movie we're shooting next month with an Academy Award winner in it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I
would say.
And so that's cool for me to finally play a bold person. But besides that, as far as entertainment goes, I'm writing a movie. I finished writing a movie. It sounds like it's going to come out soon, but I can't talk about it. But honestly, my main focus amongst auditioning and having that has really been
Get out of the
company,
chat, bro.
Arts Bridging the Gap, which basically takes top quality arts organizations and funds them to provide arts classes and art like theater, dance, drawing, music to lower income children in America. So that's been a big focus of mine because I really just I just love my kids so much that I work with, and I have seen how they don't get the chance that a lot of wealthier children get, and I want them to get it. So that's been my focus amongst doing my own entertainment stuff, and then my alopecia thing with my movie and speaking and spending time with kids has taken on a life of its own that I'm so grateful for. So I really, literally every day I have a different hat on, but I'm looking forward, now that I've, started, the non-profit's, starting to take off itself, I'm really going to get back into pursuing, not pursuing, but just really focusing on the entertainment stuff again soon. But I needed to take about, a year off to really get my company sorted.
Yeah, that was actually, it ties in. Somebody just asked if voice acting was your main careers.
There you go,
Georgia has about 7 careers.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
She does.
I also am a juggler, apparently.
Yeah.
Not literally.
What about you, Rachel?
Huh?
What about you? Is this your main career?
I'm not. I can't even come close to what it is that she's doing. But what I am, I'm starting to write again, and I'm also starting to make art again. For many, many years, I was a fine artist. That's what I wanted to do. So I wanted to be when
She's awesome at it.
Wanted to grow up, so to speak. But and I'm trying to find a way to incorporate those two somehow, because sometimes you have to put one thing on the shelf for a little while. I mean, I did art for so many years that I kind of burnt out on it for a bit, but I've always loved it, and it's always been a part of who I am. So I made a commitment to myself that this year I was going to start making art again and find a way to integrate that into what I'm doing. I'm also germinating some ideas of putting together some table reads with some other friends. We've got some very strange ideas brewing. Some of them may not be appropriate for general audiences.
Oh my goodness! Rachel,
nothing untoward. Maybe just a bit of blue language. But so yeah, I'm in kind of an exploratory phase with that stuff, if you will. But mostly, yeah, it's been mostly voiceover for me. Also, I think just the recovery from my movement, like I said, towards the beginning of 2013 was a bit of a crash and burn, and then it got really good after that, because I think sometimes you have no place to go but up.
Yay!
So I think I'm still rebuild. The foundation's back, and now I'm starting to build on that. So it's been good.
Rachel, can I just totally off the book and in front of millions of people, because I'm imagining millions of people are listening to this. Because they are. You're awesome. I just love how honest you are and real. It's so, I think, why our cast got on so well.
Thank you.
We were all so real. But it's just so seldom that you would get on the phone with someone and they'd be like, yeah, I had a really shit time. So I'm good now. I'm good. I just love that about you. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I don't think anybody is happy all the time, and you wouldn't really know what true happiness is had you not been horribly sad or horribly angry or horribly whatever.
Course, yeah.
At time, it's I do think that going through something terrible really, it not only makes the good that much better, but it really makes you appreciate it, gives you perspective on things. And this is this is an interesting career we've chosen. It's completely unpredictable. There are no guarantees. And when it's good, it's great. And when it's not good, it can be crushing. So I saw every single point on the spectrum last year, and in other years too, but last year was pretty spectacular. But I will say that, you know, if I looking back even just a year ago, I mean, I'm always going to be grateful for everything that's already on the timeline. But I think now, once I sort of got back into the swing of things, it's been a lot better. And I do think, you know, I don't have this sort of high-eyed, like, everything's awesome all the time. It's not, you know.
No, that's Fanio. That's Fanio.
Yeah, that's me. Don't worry. I'll take care of that. Everyone's amazing, and I love everyone. It's true. It's the worst. I'm so terrible now, Rach, that, like, when bad stuff happens to me, I'm like, amazing. I can't wait to see what's going to be the good thing. And then I'm like, oh, my God, I'm Fanil. I'm Fanil.
Oh, look, I mean, once it got to a point last year where it was so bad, I was like, you know what, I think this is rock bottom. That actually is kind of a good thing because, you know, where else do I have to go but up from here? And I don't mean to say that, you know, I'm not saying, oh, poor me. I'm not doing that at all. I'm just being honest about how...
that's what I mean. It's awesome.
You know, at some point, it has to get better by the law of averages.
You're like, seriously?
Once I stopped fighting, I was like, all right, I surrender. And it's like, oh, that much better. And I slept. Like, I've been a lifelong night owl. Anyone who knows this, who knows me, knows that for basically the whole summer, I would pass out at 7 p.m., like on the sofa. And my friends would be like, hey, old lady on the bus, wake up. and then I'd still go to sleep at 10. And it was kind of great. Yeah, I think I was just so physically exhausted from everything. But, you know, it's a bit off topic. But yeah, as far as me being honest, it's sort of a pathological thing. I get it from my dad. I'm too old and I've been through too much to mince words or, you know, it's not that I'm never going to be cruel or anything like that, but yeah, it's
better to be real.
The truth.
That's so funny you should say that. I think when I first got through to myself that telling a lie was just, like, as a kid, I was like, truthfully, I got way too much stuff to do to remember all the lies I'm trying to tell. Like, I just want to walk up to someone and not have to be like, oh, who is it that
people waste on lies? Like, why would you waste a lie on something that stupid? If you're going to lie, make it a Mondo Whopper, you know?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I generally don't do that because it's way too much. I don't want to have to think about getting my story straight for that long.
It's so true.
Yeah.
And it saves so much time and headache. But thank you.
And the coolest thing is, like, with you right now, like, here we are talking to a whole lot of people that are younger than us, most likely, and, like, are getting into that time when they have to work out who they're going to be and whether they're going to live a life of truth or, like, they're going to hide away some stuff. And, you know, we all got stuff, so it's this moment where you get to choose. Yeah. And for you, if someone, like, connects with you with Fang and they play that game and they're like, man, Fang reminds me of me, and then you get on here and are like, I just live the truth. You could change someone's life. It's just the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
If I am changing someone's life, even in the smallest way, even if I do, because I look at it, I'm like, it's an interesting job, and I think, am I really saving lives here? Am I doing something super extraordinary? Am I changing the world? I don't know, but if you're changing the world if you make somebody happy. So
exactly,
I'm happy to contribute in that way. And God, if I could like shave off 15, 20 years and know then what I knew now, good Lord.
Yeah, we all feel that way, I think.
I mean, it obviously doesn't work that way, but boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
It takes a very long time to become a fully realized person. I still think I'm figuring it out. I don't know that I ever will, but it's all a learning curve. It's just a question of getting more tools and equipment to be able to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think we're always growing. If we stop growing, then what's that saying? When you stop stop learning, you're dead.
If you stop learning, if you think you have nothing else to learn, that's probably when you got the most to learn.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you should probably get back to school.
I think I know something, and the universe goes, oh, really? Okay, watch this.
Yeah, every time.
Here's one for you right now.
Yeah, exactly. Never underestimate your capacity to be shocked at any time by anything.
That's very true.
I like that. Very That's good stuff. This is Philosophy with Fang and Vanille. Welcome back.
I don't even think it's 101. I think it might be sophomore or junior year.
Yeah, we're definitely stepping up, folks. Keep up with us. Keep up.
Yeah.
Keep up, man. What else we got? What else we got? Bring it on.
How about some lighthearted?
Throw it at us.
A while ago, Nina asked, if you could be your characters in 13 for one day only, what would you do?
Oh my God.
Who wants to go first?
Go to the airport. What happened?
Really? You have a dragon to fly on.
No. What am I saying? I hate the airport. I like the airport because
That
it
was the most
gets me from
random answer. I love it.
Why would you? I don't even think they have airports. Yeah, they probably do.
No, I mean, I took it to mean if I could be my character for one day in the world that I currently live in.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Oh.
You mean that we're actually like on Cocoon or Pulse?
I guess you could take it either way. I don't know. They didn't say.
No, I mean, I think it'd be way more fun to be Fang or Vanille
It'd
here
probably be awkward.
in Los Angeles or something. I don't know. I don't. I'm trying to. She's got a lot of crap to carry around with her, so.
No, really, just
maybe
a spear.
That's true.
Just a spear.
That's true. Well, have you ever noticed though that she never gets to change outfits? By the way, George, do you know how many outfits
Yeah, what's
Lightning
up with
has
that?
in this game? Lightning has like 50 outfits.
More
Do
than
we
that.
ever get? To
I know, and they're really cute.
Yeah, some of them are hot actually. That's like, be nice. Like maybe Fang has a closet full of 12 of the same sari. I don't know.
Maybe she took it from your closets.
She.
Well, you know what, Fang, a.k.a. Rachel, Steve Irwin he had 20 sets of khakis that he just wore out. So if you are the female Steve Irwin, you too have a closet full of the same sari.
Fluorescent blue robes.
Convenient because they won't have to wash the same thing over and over and over again.
It saves time. They say the most effective people in the world only wear a few outfits because they don't take their time to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm just
That's
saying.
true.
Interesting.
But Lightning does?
Yeah, apparently
An
Lightning's the best.
extraordinary wardrobe in this game. It's really
He's so
unbelievable.
Yeah. It's pretty over the
I
top.
like it. I just get a nice headpiece.
Yeah. Yeah, you look...
That's all I get.
I want to figure out what's up with that.
Yeah, well, you're just going to have to wait and see, huh?
Yeah, I'll start playing it tonight.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty critical accessory.
Yeah, it is. It's important.
Oh, is it? So it's
They didn't just give me some little thing to put on my head.
it's story
Change it
related
up.
then. Okay, cool. There you go. There's a tidbit.
I like it. So if I was Vanille for a day, I worked it out. I'd probably spend the first hour trying on a whole lot of midriff tops to see how amazing my tummy looked. Because she has the best tummy in the whole world.
Oh yeah.
And then I would go to a dance party, aka what we were talking about earlier. But imagine, like, she has the coolest outfit for a dance party, so I definitely have to get a dance party in there. And then I would basically go to all the things that I do on a regular basis, whether it's like Skid Row or the project where I came from, just then, or like and I'd just be walking around going, you know, you gotta have something to hold on to. And I just like spread Vanilleisms to all the people because I think Vanille has a lot to say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's that.
So what would you do at the airport then, Rachel?
What would I what?
What would you do at the airport? Would you try to take the spear through the metal detector?
Yeah, probably. I've been through security with even smaller things. When I was leaving Dallas last time, I bought this amazing chocolate something or other. It takes too long to explain, but the point was I was dumb and forgot to put it in my suitcase, and they took it away from me. Like, they would not let me keep it. I said, but it's sealed, and they said, yeah, you can't keep it. I'm like, please send it to me. You know what else they found, which I had completely forgotten I had in my bag, was a utility knife, which, number one, I thought those were okay, but at the same time, I didn't know it was there. They said, we'll have to take this. I'm like, fine, take the knife. Give me my chocolate. Way more important.
Yeah, I love it if it was the other way around. They're like, you can keep the knife, but we need the chocolate.
Wow.
They're like, we'll send you. I'm like, I don't want the knife. Keep it. Have fun. You know, go cut some boxes. give me my damn chocolate, and they wouldn't give it to me. It was heartbreaking. So what would Fang do? I don't know. She'd get her damn chocolate back is what she did.
You know they ate it. They totally
Of course
ate it.
they did. Are you kidding me? She was looking at it like, dinner.
Delicious.
And she was like, oh, that was expensive, huh? And I said, yes, it was, but that's not really the point. Please give me my chocolate!
That sucks.
You got it. Grudge on this.
Okay. No, I'm sure Fang would go on some adventures, probably go see what she could jump off of and,
land safely.
Fly on the cape or something.
Yeah.
She doesn't sit still for long.
Linksy in chat has to go to bed, and she wants to know if she can hear you guys slip into character real quick and throw some lines.
Hi.
I
knew that was coming because I got a cold. Do we have to say lines from the game, or are we talking to each other?
I don't remember a single line from 13.3, which is probably to my benefit. Even though technically it's out, so I could, but I don't. I'm sure it'll be up on YouTube in about 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think.
How about you give us a situation to talk about as Vanille and Fang? That would be more.
A situation.
I think that would be probably more constructive. Yeah.
Okay. I have a clip running from some of you guys on the stream right now.
Or is there someone in chat that would like us to talk about something
Yeah.
as Vanille and Fang?
Okay. Let's see if they say anything. There's like a 15-second delay.
Oh, no. We'll just sing a song while we wait.
I'll tell you what, you're going to hear a lot of us doing that, so...
There we go.
There she is.
You have a much better...
Mine's just very, I just basically am myself. Just really, I got... The thing is, truthfully, guys, the voice that I am, that's what's really cool about 13.3, is I'm older, so I basically was myself this time, not the high-pitched voice that I was in the first one and sort of two. So we could just basically talk and you could become Australian, Rach, and we're good.
Somebody suggested you guys going to a ball.
We're going what?
I could because, every time I go back, it starts to bleed into my conversation. And I've not been there since 2006. I went back to Sydney, and it was so glorious. But no, Georgia, I was in Melbourne. In August of 2012. I went to your hometown.
Aww. Say hi to it. I hope you said hi to it from me. I haven't been back since then.
It was so cold. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Rain and wind, but so beautiful. So beautiful in Melbourne. Very, very cosmopolitan, very chic.
Yes, we're very cultural. We consider ourselves to be extremely cultured.
I heard that it was the
it's really funny.
Australia. Huh?
Yeah, totally. When you talk with your Australian accent, I feel myself wanting to talk like this here. Like I want to get really Australian. And that,
like Orca.
Yeah, like I want to be a total bogan, but I'm not really like that, whatever.
I'm trying not to go too much deep into there.
Yeah.
Because that's not how I learned.
No, it's just I just have this desperate need to have a conversation with you like that. Like, I like whatever. Awesome.
What I noticed when I was there, almost everything ended on an up note. You know that the down by the Corso, and down by where the kebabs
it's
are.
So true.
You'll just jump
we'll go, happy day.
And you'll get off in Sydney at the Opera House. And then you'll get on the Cafe de Wheels and you'll get yourself a pie with mushy peas.
And you'll have a great day. It'll be really, really good.
Have a great day. And I'm like, are you sure? Did you mean that?
Yeah. We're a very happy bunch.
You sure?
Yes. Okay, so what was the suggestion that we were going to talk as our characters? What was it? Sorry, we were busy talking.
I think we actually covered it.
Yeah, well, we've got a couple. There was Vanille and Fang sitting on the beach eating burritos, and there's also waiting in the line for the bathroom.
I don't think.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Waiting in line for the bathroom. Oh God. I don't think Fang would have very many nice things to say.
I think we should totally do it. Okay. Scene. Vanille and Fang at, let's think, what's a good club? Neither of us are clubbers. At Avalon in Hollywood, waiting in line number 12 and number 13 in line to use the bathroom on a Friday night at 1:30 in the morning. Are you ready, Fang? We good? Okay,
Action.
Scene, go. Oh, Fang, I'm really busting. I need to go.
Well, what do you want me to do about it? There's too many people in front of us. And how do you think I feel? Somebody spilled a disgusting rum drink all down the front of my skirt. Now I smell like sauce and rum.
I'm so sorry. How about maybe you could use your spear, and then you could just like prod everyone, and they'll move out of the way because I'm going to pee my little skirt.
Well, maybe we could open the time hole, and then we could push everybody in there, and we could just have the bathroom all to ourselves. And then we don't have to worry about anybody walking in on us. Because you know what? I get pee shy.
You what? Sorry?
I get a little nervous when there's other people in the bathroom. I don't like to be in there when there's other people in there. I'm very private.
You seem so strong and like powerful. I would have thought.
A girl's got to do some things by herself.
I guess that's true. But I always like to have you there because you make me feel better.
Well, I'm not.
It's so awkward.
Yeah, imagine it got awkward talking about peeing.
Never.
I thought you don't. We're just like, just whip it out.
That's going to go on YouTube. I get pee shy.
People have speculated about that too. Who knows?
That was awesome. Fang gets pee shy.
That's going on YouTube.
That should be on Twitter right now. You need to change one of your hashtags to pee shy.
Hashtag pee shy.
No, it's weird. Like I knew some girls who literally they would suffer for an hour or more because they would not pee in the bar bathroom. Like, I have to go to McDonald's. I have to go back to my dorm. I'm like, so you'd rather have your bladder burst, basically. I mean, look, if it got so bad, if the line was so bad, you have to get creative. That's the only time, really, I'm jealous of guys because they have something convenient to help them with that, and they don't actually have to wait in line.
The whole world's our bathroom.
Building, but
yeah. I went to high school with a guy, though. Some guys are a little odd. He didn't like using the bathrooms at school, so he would run home to his house, which is about 1.5 miles away, to use the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, for sure there are people who would do that, but no, that's always something that stuck out in my mind. There were girls who even going to summer camp, which I did for years and years. There were girls who wouldn't use the bathroom at just the end of the platform or in the cabin. They would wait till everybody left and be, late to breakfast or late to an activity because they just needed complete privacy. They didn't even want to know that anyone was standing 20 feet away.
Wow. Yeah, I guess that one brought up with that group.
Oh.
I like that our conversation is descended into peeing, everyone.
Yeah.
I think this is lovely.
You haven't been on Twitch before.
We went from philosophy to peeing.
You haven't been. You need to spend more time on Twitch then.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad we're talking your language.
This question has been asked over and over and over. Wait, you keep scrolling down. Tom Schwasted wants to know if either of you two do any philanthropy work. If so, don't be afraid to plug it. They want to know.
Oh.
That's an easy one.
I feel like this could be a bit weird. It's basically my life.
Yeah.
So I have a bit to say here.
That's most of what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like a jerk in comparison.
That's why I'm saying, like, I just want to be really clear before this moment happens. That Rachel is one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life, and she's an incredible woman. Like, really, and I mean that, as far as what you stand for and everything you talk about and who you are. Like, you really are. We all choose different passions, and I know your passion is very much more rooted in your art and entertainment. My passion is philanthropy. So,
you are so gifted. You are so gifted with it. I think it definitely is one of your callings. I do have passions. I think sometimes when I'm focused on what I'm doing, I have to step outside of it a little bit. I don't have any one particular organization that I work with. I try to actually work with a few. My heart is really with animals and children, but almost even more so animals, because a staunch supporter of the Humane Society and ASPCA, and I work with a local organization called Kit Crusaders. They're rescue, and there's many, many animal rescues in this city, which is great because it kind of works on a grassroots level. And from time to time, I will help them any way I can. I'll pick up an animal that needs to be transported to be brought either to a vet or another foster home. I will cross-reference other animals so that I can get the word out. I love doing stuff like that from time to time. And, as far as other organizations I support, the Heart Association, because my father passed away of a heart attack 14 years ago, and it's something that, I care to be vigilant about. So I really do try to be tapped in to the things that really speak to me.
That's awesome. I didn't know that about you. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, thank you.
About more about the animals, because I know Allie's big into the animal stuff as well.
Yeah.
I love it because I must confess that isn't an area that I focus on. I love animals; they're the cutest thing ever.
Oh, good.
But I don't know. I'll give a quick plug. I don't, I work with a number of organizations, mainly most of them based around children. I just left the Boys and Girls Club of Carson, where I'm currently working for One Love, which is a arts nonprofit that I sit on the board of. We're making a movie right now. It's hard work, amazing stuff. I work for Children's Life Saving Foundation as a volunteer as well. Every week, we provide scholarships and funding for families who are seriously at risk, and we tutor the kids after school 2 days a week. So I work with them. I also spend a lot of time down with LA Mission, down on Skid Row. I'm just about to start, in fact, Rach, you and I should talk about this with Allie. I want to talk about, we're restarting the Celebrity Women's Coalition that helps support the Ann Douglas Center, which is the female rehabilitation center down on Skid Row. It's the LA Mission. So I spend a lot of time with them. I love them. Please, everybody, if you want to check them out, they're an incredible organization that looks at really curing the problems, not just feeding the faces kind of thing. So I think it's really important. But outside of that, I'm the public face of alopecia, so I'm with the Children's Alopecia Project is my main love. I also love NAF, which is the National Alopecia Areata Foundation, and I do a lot of work with the alopecia organizations. And I've just started really working very hard after having 2 nonprofits. I'm now focusing on I'm focusing on Arts Bridging the Gap, which is my nonprofit, where we are funding top-level arts organizations to provide, as I said earlier, arts education to children in lower-income areas who need to realize how amazing and wonderful and fantastic they are, and raise up their self-efficacy, self-esteem, and their academic success, so we can bridge the achievement gap. So that's sort of what I do in that area in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
I just love it. I have to say, there's nothing better in the world to me than really experiencing someone else and what they need and being able to help them in some way. I think people who don't spend time doing it don't know what they're missing. I really feel I'm kind of like, people are like, you're really altruistic. I'm like, oh, I'm super selfish. It feels awesome. But it really is that thing of when you realize what is needed and what can be done, and how literally one adult saying one thing to a child at one impressionable moment can change their life forever. So you just don't know who you're affecting. You don't know who you're turning around at a point where they need it. So I'm just hell-bent on being there to turn around enough people that I can. And my little children, I just love these kids. They're my family. So asking me whether I get involved in philanthropy, I'm like, oh my God, there's nothing better in the world. It's like a drug to me. I'm seriously obsessed with philanthropy.
I was wondering if whoever asked that had not been listening for the last 20 minutes or didn't know. But it's like, that's almost everything she does.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't familiar. They just think that you might really be Fang and Vigneault in real life.
Yeah, it's just funny. We are actually, if you're wondering. We totally are Fang and Vigneault.
But
thank you for, I appreciate that he asked that, and that we could promote the causes. Thank you for, I love
the world is shifting. There's no doubt about it. People's perception of what matters is changing. I don't think 5 years ago someone in a chat would have said, what work do you do in the philanthropy world? It just wouldn't have happened. So I just think it's awesome that the world is changing in that way.
Yeah.
I also actually, just real quick, and it's been a while, to be fair. I think, you know, the move just sort of jumbled everything, but periodically I did for a very long time and still do. Every now and then I work with the, they've changed the name since then, but it was the Reading for the Blind and Dyslexic. And they've got a few centers around the country, and basically they just need people to come in and record stuff. And you can kind of do it on your own time, but it's a woefully underfunded and underused organization, but they really need people, and I enjoy that because, you know, it certainly helps me hone things, but at the same time it's like, oh yeah, there are tons of people who literally cannot see or can, you know, have trouble reading, and that's a way to do what I love and do something that's really, really helpful to others.
Yeah, definitely.
That's so cool. I love that organization. I've seen. I love that you do that. I wish they had more funding. It's such an important
thing. I wish they had more funding and more locations, because what a great thing. You know, that's what I tell people who are just getting started, who are aspiring to be voice actors. It's one of the best things you can do in the meantime, as well as something like, you know, reading to children at libraries. Sometimes when I babysit my nephew, I will read out loud, and it's a great way for me to practice characters. It's a great way for me to practice diction. Every now and then I lose. But, you know,
I love it.
You're engaged with the work itself and with others, even indirectly.
Oh.
I love it.
So how do you guys feel with 13 coming to an end? Are you going to miss it?
Well, I have mixed feelings about it. One, of course, well, we love the work. The work is great. We love, and if I may speak for you, Georgia, we love being part of such an amazing and long-running franchise, such a beloved franchise, such a franchise that people are so loyal to. On the other hand, I don't want anybody to get sick of me. Sometimes it's
how could anyone get sick of you?
You'd be surprised. But also, sometimes it's best to go out on top, so to speak. There's only so far I think you can take certain stories. There's the best shows that I found were the shows that always left me wanting more.
Yeah.
Even though it drove me crazy, I was like, what? No! But it does. It's a very fine line. You hit a point, and God, I hate this phrase because it's so overused. The phrase "jump the shark" has jumped the shark. But you know, when a show jumps the shark, that it becomes silly and it becomes, you know, a self-parody.
Yeah, like someone needs to put this show to bed.
Yeah, exactly. So put it out of its misery. But if you go out and it's at the best, it's at the peak, and you just and you go, okay, bye, leaving, and they're not doing it. It's cool. So I'm thrilled that it went this far. She still is one of my favorite characters. She put me on the map video game wise, and you know, the fact that I still get so much recognition and appreciation for this. Well, I mean, I guess it's not decades later or anything, but I mean, the game did come out 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know, in the digital age, that's almost an eternity. So. It's been fantastic, and also the fact that, you know, us specifically, Vanille and Fang, have been singled out and recognized for having a really unique dynamic and a unique pairing, and some of the most appreciated characters from the whole Final Fantasy universe.
Yes,
which
that's
is
something that is so.
You know.
Yeah, I think we were really lucky. I have to say, our game is really. To be part of this one, to be Final Fantasy 13. But I think that's what also it's been cool to see, is that as I've been to cons and been to events and all that sort of stuff, like, people don't forget the other ones. I mean, there's just as many cosplayers dressed up and, you know, like Riku and all that kind of stuff. Like, they're there, you know, years later. So I'm like, I think I feel okay. Like, I think they're not going to completely forget about us.
No, never.
No.
You know?
I am hard-pressed to say that, and I don't go to a ton of cons. I have friends who go almost every other weekend. But I've been to enough to have a frame of reference. There's always, always, always a lightning. Always.
Yeah.
I see less Fang, I see some Vanilles. Every now and then I see a Snow. I've seen one Hope ever. I wish I saw more, but you know, the people who take the time to do that. Again, and I think we've been asked this before. I'm fascinated by cosplay. I'm so impressed with the lengths that people go to and their creative and sewing skills. I have like zero sewing ability. I can sew a pillow. I can sew a hole in my jeans. I can patch stuff, but I can't create entire outfits. So if I did cosplay, it would be very, very simple because I'm also a little bit lazy. I'll be honest. I have somebody else do it. But I think it's been really cool to see how far it's gone. And I mean, and Georgia, I think you've probably heard this too. I mean, I've had people tell me that this character especially, and what I did with it, really it changed their life. And I thought, wow. I mean, it really is. Everything is so subjective. And that's why I realized you can't ever really put, you know, you can't ever put a fence around anything because it belongs to everyone once it's out there. And that's what's really cool about it. That's what's really cool about the art that we make. And, you know, all I know is that whatever I was, you know, came onto this earth to do, whether it was to make art as I did or write or speak, it was always communication in some way. And so if I'm getting the message across, whatever that message may be, even if I'm speaking somebody else's words, and if that's making a difference, that's unbelievably cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about the game is it's not like, it's a little different to like a TV show. Well, I guess TV shows you can see all the time now. But before you could have, you know, games it's like once you have it, you can play over and over and over. It's like having a movie at home to watch over and over again.
Yeah.
And people come to it at any time, and kids grow up, and they still want to play the game. So, I mean, there's a new generation that comes in. Yeah, it's the coolest. We're so lucky. We're just
I still sort of.
I don't believe in luck, but we're lucky.
and at this point, I don't even know what else I am qualified to do. But I really,
be awesome.
What's that?
You're qualified to be awesome.
Well, I mean, that's on my business card, but I think it's more fun. I knew that whatever I was going to do for work, if it wasn't fun, I didn't want to do it. And I don't think that's an immature approach. I think it's an approach to that, you know, your happiness is your choice. And a lot of people don't know this. They know it or they ignore it. I think a lot of people think happiness just sort of comes to them or they fall upon. No, you have to create it. And I've had plenty of jobs that I did not enjoy, but whatever I was doing, I did it well, because how badly does it reflect on you if you don't even know how to pick up paper off the floor? So I chose something for work that made me happy. And God knows there are moments during, you know, in this career where I'm incredibly frustrated. It is definitely not all unicorns and rainbows and Fruit Loops, but
or rainbows and sunshine and
lollipops. It's more fun than anything else I've ever gotten paid for. So stick with that.
Ain't that the truth?
One of my best friends in chat saying, "Listen to them, Chris."
Saying what?
He's saying, "Listen to them." He's like, "Listen."
Yes, Chris.
Hey, look, you gotta pay
Listen
the bills.
to the lesson.
I'm not saying like toss it all away. If you have a steady job that pays, that you have, you know, don't just walk away from that because it's a philosophy. I mean, obviously there's logistics involved too, but I mean, I think a lot of people stick with something that they're miserable in because they think they have to, and that's not the way it should be. But yes, by all means, make sure that you have some sort of means of income or at least a way to stay busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's one way to make yourself really unhappy really fast.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm a big fan, like, I am the biggest fan in the world of following your happiness. I've committed to it for all my life, and I've gone through some real heck to get there.
It takes a while. It takes a while to figure. And by the way, you don't always know right away what will make you happy. You have to try on a few outfits, so to speak.
That's for sure.
Sometimes you just
apparently Lightning's still trying them on. Lightning's still trying to find her happiness.
Exactly.
She's got one last chance.
That was wrong.
All right, I've got
Did you have other questions while we're sitting here?
Yeah, we have a ton.
Mucking?
Actually, I've got two. One's a request, another's a question from Xander. He was wondering if you guys could give his son Ryan a shout out because he knows your characters, and every time he hears the word vanilla, he thinks vanille.
Huh.
So yeah.
What's his name?
His name is Ryan.
Ryan. You go first, Rach. You say I first.
Hi, Ryan. Thank you so much for listening, and we think you're awesome.
Hi, Ryan. This is Vanille. Just believe in your magic.
Okay, and their question is if either of you would consider auditioning for a lead protagonist role in any future animated projects.
I have been gunning for a place in the Marvel Universe.
Oh, really?
Oh, God, yes. Or DC, but, you know, I think Marvel just slightly ahead of that. Yeah, who doesn't want, well, the voice, to play one of the iconic female characters, or even somebody new? I mean, that's the other thing. It's not just Wonder Woman and Catwoman and Batman and Superman. They're fantastic, of course, but the universe of comic characters out there, as I'm continuing to learn, is absolutely astonishing. That would be phenomenal to get to breathe life into something that's been standing the test of time and that is so beloved, and put a different spin on it. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of like asking an athlete if they would like to compete at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely
that
not.
is the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
You know, like Marvel, even, like any incredible franchise like that. I mean, Final Fantasy really is the video game equivalent, let's be honest. Like, it's really, or World of Warcraft. There's not much above it. But
I was
as far as another medium goes.
In video games,
No.
yeah, I'd say she's right. There's not much in WoW. I don't think there's a lot of voice acting in WoW, is there? Well, I don't know. I don't play the game.
There's a lot of creatures.
Yeah.
I got to do a lot of screaming. I lost my voice for a month, thanks to that.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
So that was a fun month. That was crazy. I have to say, though, here's a little inside information, that working on World of Warcraft, the people, I was just so in love with the people I met during that little tenure with WoW. So I'm just saying, even though there's not a lot of voices, they're really cool people, and they're really grateful and really appreciative to get full props.
But haven't you noticed, Georgia, that, and this has been my experience, that most of the people I've met in voiceover, which is, even though it's the world I live in, so in my bubble, I feel like everybody does this, but I feel like these are some of the happiest and nicest and kindest people in this branch of entertainment.
Gaming?
Totally.
I don't, in voiceover.
Oh, okay.
In general. Gaming too. I mean, obviously, then there's all those subcategories, and of course, I don't get along with everybody brilliantly, but I found that mostly in my career, even just starting out at the beginning, I found that most people want to help each other. They're supportive. They will guide you to the right place. Of course, it's competitive. That's just built in. But at the same time, I haven't really met anybody who is competitive to the point that they're sort of rooting for your failure. And unfortunately, I have seen that on camera. It just seems to be a little more cutthroat.
Yeah, I think it's predicated simply on the fact that one involves really being known and being seen, and one is a lot more about creating characters. Like, if you're getting into voiceover, or you're passionate about voiceover, you're probably most likely not as fixated on being known and seen.
Mm-hmm. No, and I think that's why
one has a camera and one doesn't.
I'm convinced on camera, but I just don't have the same passion for it that I do for voiceover. I feel like I can be much freer in voiceover because that knows it's being observed. It modifies its behavior just by nature. And one of the things that brings me the most joy is being able to say, oh, my God, I have the perfect thing for you. Somebody says, hey, do you know a so-and-so that can do blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, yes, I do. And it's so able to give them these great names and be like, I hope something comes of this. Because people have been incredibly kind to me and generous with their time and their resources, and I'm happy to pay it forward. Now, if somebody approaches me out of nowhere, calls me on my personal phone and says, hey, I want to be a voice actor, can you give me all your time and expertise for nothing? That doesn't work. And that's happened, by the way, and I don't like it. I don't like when people I don't know how they get the number, and then there's a protocol, of course. And again, it's not, and my thing is I sort of know where I am. I mean, I'm actually toying with the notion of, excuse me, doing some consulting to sort of be a launching pad, if you will, to for people who are interested, who are people who have never done anything or maybe just getting started. Because I know I've had so many wonderful coaches and teachers who specialize. Voiceover is not just reading words off a page, and it's now no longer just commercial, animation, video games, what have you. It is so many subcategories. You know, people specialize in all these areas, and so I can only go so far with what I know, and God knows I can't get them work because I'm still trying to get myself work every day. But I love being able to direct somebody, to be able to hear it with an objective ear and say, you know what, I think you should go with this person, and I think this is the area in which you would really excel.
Yeah. I have a question here. I don't know who it's for, though. How exciting was it to work with Vincent Martella? I'm assuming one of you did.
We never got to meet him.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I wish we could have a cooler answer, but I've never met the guy.
I know his presence via Twitter when people tweet at the original 6.
Yeah.
From Final Fantasy 13. I've never actually met the man. And I've never met Reno Wilson either, which kind of makes me sad. We've never met Saz.
Did you meet Allie?
I know, I totally want to meet him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we know Allie.
Okay.
Allie's a doll. We love Allie. We wish she were here.
Yeah.
I tried to get her on Twitter. I was trying to start some. A bunch of people retweeted it, but she didn't.
And Allie's very, very busy, too.
She put out a tweet that said she might get snowed in. I was like, oh, maybe she'll notice. And
if she's snowed in, that means she's out of town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is she out in
California,
too?
There ain't no snow in Los Angeles right now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's true.
We've got a question here that you probably asked to answer it a million times. How did you get the parts? Did you audition?
We did audition. I auditioned. Actually, I did. It came through my agent. It was and it was one of those things where they sent probably about 35 pages of copy, and they said pick 10 to 12 characters, and I said, good God. And I looked through it, and I picked to audition. I picked Fang, I picked Hope, I picked Lightning, and I picked Jill Nabat.
You picked Hope?
I sure did. Because I read for a lot of I read for teenage boys a lot.
Oh, cool.
Because nobody's hiring me to play a 5-year-old girl, and I am fine with that.
What do you mean? I
read for Hope, and it didn't quite. I mean, I could, a 5-year-old girl with a lot of testosterone. But I'm glad I ended up with what I ended up with. Right, exactly.
Sorry, we're talking over each other.
I feel happy that I ended up with what I ended up with. Yeah, and it was a very long time. I remember reading for it in March of 2009 and getting the call in May of 2009 saying we're going to put you on a veil for Final Fantasy 13. It had been so long that I had completely forgotten that I read for it.
Do you remember the voice you did for Hope?
I think it was, I just locked my jaw a little bit and a lot of lightning. Where are we going? That type of thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, it's tough. It's not as easy to sound like a boy as you would think, and sometimes I really have to listen. No,
That's funny.
It's good that it went to Vincent. I wish I could say it was wonderful meeting Vincent, but we've never met him.
Yeah, sorry about that.
They keep us all separate. We're all quarantined.
I don't like us to meet.
It's kind of odd.
With my audition, it was very different, actually.
Yeah?
I did audition, but it was kind of one of those things. I didn't know the truth of this story until a couple of months ago when my agent told me. But what happened was, I did not get all the other characters. There was no, hey, just have a read of these and see. He hands me this, I was in to read another sound-alike for Kate Blanchett, and he hands me the thing and he goes, hey, put this down. I was like, okay, and I read it, and I was like, oh my God, it's me. This is so funny. So I put it down and sent it and gave it to him, and that was the end of it. He sent that in to Joe and Jack, the producers or the directors, and they called him and they said, oh, you only sent us one girl. And he goes, because he usually would send 5 or 6 per character, as you do at every agency. And he said, yeah, I know, because she's going to get it.
Nice.
And he goes, and Joe was like, no, okay, please send us a few more, and we need to have, we need a lot to choose from. He goes, there's no point. You're going to choose her, I promise. And he's like, you're ridiculous, fine, whatever. He calls him back 2 weeks later. He's like, okay, you were right. We need her. So I guess my agent saw it. He just knew that, because it was it's a pretty rare thing to get a girl, early 20s, Australian accent but slight hint of something else, the believes in sunshine, rainbows, and lollipops.
Yeah.
It's like, there's not many. I'm like, he was like, this is Georgia. This is Georgia. So I was really lucky that I had an agent like that just knew.
There was a question earlier that said, obviously you know how female characters in Japan, they usually sound very young and shrieky, and so their question was if that was asked.
Very what?
Like, they have very high-pitched voices in Japan, and the female characters sound very, very, very young. So the question was if they asked Georgia
well,
to...
often they do. Not all of them do, but often they do.
Yeah, so the question was if they asked you to...
The voice actress, the Japanese voice actress that voiced Fang, had a pretty strong voice. It was not a high voice. It was a little higher than mine, but it was a good match vocally. Actually, it made a lot of sense when I watched it. I was like, I would totally buy that voice for her.
Yeah.
I like it.
What about Georgia? Did they ask you to go super high pitched or?
Yeah, they did. They absolutely did.
Yeah.
That was one of the first conversations we had. I needed to raise my voice up.
How much practice?
More so. What was that?
How much practice till you found the right pitch?
Not much, because it's pretty simple food. Like, whereas Rachel goes out for all the, the fighter characters. I literally go out for the 5-year-old girl all the time. Like, people always want me to play the baby, because I'm just a little girl.
Yeah.
So that's where I belong in voiceover, is that high-pitched, like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So it's not hard for me. So they were like, okay, we need you to age her down to about 18 or 19. And she needs to be very perky because she's covering up all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just that she's young, but she's like, everything's great. Nothing's a problem. Because she's like, really? Please don't tell me it's going to be a problem. Because she's terrified. So it needed to be that frantic high pitch. So what was nice is in the narration, and this is what a lot of people didn't know who said what they said, the narration was me years later. It's me in the Final Fantasy 13-3 narrating it back in Final Fantasy 13 when I'm much older.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why there's the disparity of the voices, where there's my natural voice narrating, and then there's the high-pitched voice in real time. So that's why there was so much confusion with the voice, I think, at the beginning. But I love being high-pitched. I mean, it's just, I like being a little girl. So it was fun for me.
Never.
I would love it more if I could actually do it.
Yeah, like I would start
I
coughing.
for a little while, but then I'm straining.
Then I start coughing
where
if
my
I try
voice
that.
is.
Yeah.
And in the same way that I'm envious of Rachel, because at the moment, there's a lot of video games coming out with a lot of warriors and a lot of soldiers and a lot of, like, I get so many breakdowns.
The amount of
You must be
soldiers
going
that
out all the time.
I play a lot of soldiers and a lot of villainesses, which I guess, hey, you know, if typecasting gets me work, I'm great with that.
Yeah, I'm jealous because I get sent these and I'm like, seriously? So I get into the booth and I'm like, everybody, go for action. We gotta go. Shoot now. And I'm like, there's no way they're gonna call me in. I don't sound like a soldier. So, like, I'm trying to be Butch, but it ain't working.
Oh, you just have to put more intensity in it.
Yeah.
What was that, right?
You just have to put more intensity.
Yeah, I know. I try. I really am trying. I'm trying.
No, it's. So they wouldn't have. They do actually. A lot of the games, that I read for, they have girls who are supposedly, early 20s, something like that. But they never tell you much more about the game, so there may be some other reason that instead of you just being out in the field shooting monsters or other people.
Yeah, I love it when they're like, female warrior, she shoots stuff, and he's defiant.
Uh-huh.
I got
You're
another
like, oh,
one.
great, cool, let me build a character.
Someone wanted to know if you could recreate your scenes from Celebrity Deathmatch, Rachel.
Oh God. I don't know that it's appropriate.
It is on my channel. It's set to mature.
Well,
so
I would need somebody to play Tommy Lee.
Are you serious? That's who you did it with?
I was Pamela Anderson. God knows why they cast. I mean, I'm happy about it, but I thought when they said, "Oh, you nailed her," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? I don't look anything like her." But hey, okay.
That's amazing. I love it.
That's funny.
Let me see if I can get there.
I can't believe you made me come here tonight, Tommy. We just got back together, and now you want to fight to the death?
Nice.
Yeah.
Go Ray.
Wow, you can go high pitch.
My voice hits the place like from 1 to 4. I can hit the highest part of my register.
That's funny. I'm gonna have to go in a second, guys.
Okay.
As much as this is like the coolest thing ever, I will have to.
I actually have to get going too. I'm getting on a plane tomorrow, and I have not packed yet.
Ah, sounds like.
Oh, nice. Where are you headed?
I'm headed to Texas.
Ah.
Damn. Cowboy country.
That winter wonderland.
Sure.
I love it.
All right. Well.
I love it.
You want to say goodbye to all 725 people here?
Goodbye, 725 people. Thank you for being such wonderful listeners.
Bye, everybody. We love you very much.
Thank you.
Don't you forget it.
Yes. Thank you guys very much for joining us.
Absolutely. It was such a pleasure.
All right. We'll talk again sometime.
Absolutely. And you guys.
Okay, do we actually hang up this time?
What's that?
Like we're actually hanging up
No.
because this is live. I want to be clear.
I'm just going to leave you guys on, and we're going to try to hear the behind the scenes.
We'll be like, oh, man.
Everybody get the game if you don't have it already, and tell us how it is.
Yeah, I'm going to boot it up right now.
Oh, yes, and hang on. I'm going to be really good at social media right now. Hey, Rach, what's your Twitter handle?
We've been posting
Oh,
it.
my, yes. Twitter handle is Larynx, LARYNX _Lynx, LYNX. Or I can be found at Rachel Robinson Voice.
On Facebook. Didn't Georgia have one too, I thought? What was it, Georgia?
I do have a Twitter handle. Thank you for asking. My Twitter handle is at Georgia, GeorgiaCanc for cat. So like the first 4 letters of my last name. And you can find me on Facebook at the fan page of Georgia Van Heilenberg. Thank you, everybody.
I have my Facebook fan page is Rachel Robinson, voice actress. Very basic.
Yeah, they've got it.
I like it.
One of my mods has been posting your links.
Oh, great.
Can I get one more
thanks,
request?
guys.
Can I get one more request of you guys?
Sure.
I have a bit of a running meme in my chat called Cool Bird, oh yeah. Is there any way you could say that?
Say what?
Cool Bird, oh yeah. They've been asking me to ask you this for like an hour now.
Cool Bird?
You want the backstory?
Oh, yeah?
No, I just want to make sure that I'm hearing you.
Cool
right.
Bird, like a really cool bird. Cool Bird.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You go, Rach, do it.
Fang.
Cool Bird. Oh, yeah!
There you go.
Okay, and it's Vanille. Cool Bird. Oh, I can't do it. I totally messed it up. Let's try again. I'm going to do it again. Okay. Cool Bird. Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No.
I have to cut.
I have no idea what we just did, but thank you.
It's a really funny inside story.
I don't want this to be scandalous tomorrow.
Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
Oh, you're so welcome. This has been so delicious.
And you drive safe. No more paint your
Yeah.
nails while you're driving.
Seriously.
Yes.
Yes, I will get home safe now, I promise.
Okay.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Hey, yeah, you too. Fly
Thanks,
safe.
guys.
And
Yes.
Georgia, I hope to see you in person sometime soon.
Yeah, I don't know if.
Yes, I think
Oh, you're not talking to me.
I think we're doing a con together, aren't we, right?
We're supposed to. Well, there was one that was in question, I think, but I don't know if I'm going yet. But hopefully.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, there's one. Yeah, I think we're. But they haven't put it up on the site yet, so I don't think we're allowed to say.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think so either. But yes, everyone, you will see Rachel and Georgia in person together.
You'll see, and then we'll both announce it.
All right.
Yeah, good call.
So follow their Twitters now.
Huh?
Okay.
I was telling them to follow your Twitter so you guys can see that. All right, guys. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. We will talk to you later.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great night.
And there you go. Get some music back up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. They're funny, aren't they? Cool bird. Oh yeah. Now I wonder if I can get my PS3 to work. It wasn't too bad. I was a little rough in some spots. Best interviewer for I wouldn't go that far. Now the real trick is to see if I can switch over to the game without any issues. Who knows? We'll find out right now. Click that. Open this. Ooh, a new follow. Thank you, Vapors. Yeah, we learned that everybody loves cool birds. Let me see here. Device occupied. Please close the software and complex first. What?
I like that.
Backstory behind Cool Bird. I'll put that up for now. So my mod here, Nomad in chat, which you can see, he works at a gas station and he sends us funny videos that seem to happen while he's on the job. And one day he sent us this video that we have dubbed the Cool Bird video, which you're about to see. Here you go.
My birds are blue like today.
There's the Cool Bird.
It's a cool bird.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Watt TV! I left Project Crystallis a year ago. A little late to the party.
Oh yeah.
You're welcome, Sam Jack. I didn't do anything great. Alright, let me see. This is going to be tricky. Why does that have to be so big? Maybe we can, maybe we'll, shit all over my chest. Come on. When are we going to do this? I'm going to have to move that. Let me, bring that down. And put that there. Okay, maybe that'll work. Okay, then I can put this there. I can drag that there. This streaming stuff is not as easy as you guys might think it is. We're going to have to get rid of that. We're going to put this here. Okay. We're going to drag that.
Yeah, they were probably talking too fast.
Shrink that.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
they didn't say anything important.
Maybe we'll
They were
move
just
it
talking
down
about
right there.
life.
And then we're going to go over here to color. Then we're
But
gonna
be right back. I gotta put some
color
plates
key, then we're going to hit
downstairs and I'll
drop,
be right
and
back.
then we're going to click the yellow. And look, perfect timing. Who is that? Can't Wayne something. I don't know what that said. Yeah, I finished Ni no Kuni, man. Man, that was a while ago. I'm glad you remember me, WattTV. I really appreciate that. Simpson. Alright, that works. Okay, now we need to get rid of this repeating video. Banging video. Okay. Now I gotta do this. I gotta add a screen region. Right here. Okay, that's working so far. Now I gotta go all the way down here. I gotta drag this here. Now, let me see if we have audio, which usually is the problem. Let's see. Maybe does this have music? This doesn't have... I don't know if this has audio or not. Let's see. Something in here probably does. How about this? No. Thank you, Crappa. I don't know if any of these have music. Juan, thank you for $50. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot to me. I was see, this is the problem with this emulator, or not the emulator, the capture card sometimes doesn't grab the audio, and it's very frustrating. So we're going to do this again. Let's try again. I just don't know if this has audio when you mouse over it. No? Alright, let's try to restart the PS3. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Okay, turn it on. Turn it on. Let's start it. Stupid. Thank you, Benzie. I did feel like they were taking control of the interview. I was trying to figure out how to get in there, but at the same time I wanted to let them talk. What's up, Ninja Mouse? Did you miss the interview? And I don't hear audio. I wonder if it's because... No, that's not the reason. Yes, I'm going to play Lightning Returns if I can get it to work here. I'll try to restart this. Detect. Ready. Please play audio. No audio. I'm assuming this has audio. I don't know if any of these have audio. I know this one does for sure. Why no audio? I have the HD or the live AverMedia HD. What is it called? I can't think right now. The Live Gamer HD. There you go. Oh, I know I'm already going to like it. I already like the demo a lot. Definitely. Alright, come on. Work for me. I haven't started it yet, Mouse. I was waiting for the interview. We don't need this anymore. How are you, mouse? I don't hear anything. That's not good. Yeah. Well, shitty on my titty. You know what that means, guys? I have to restart the stream. That means I have to restart the whole computer. I know, Randy. Were you here for the interview? There's got to be a reason why this isn't... why this happens. It's not muted. Well, guys, I have to restart the whole stream. Night One, dude, thank you so much, man. Check the audio options where it's routed, maybe be the problem. It's not that. I've done this before, but every single time I have to keep restarting the fucking computer, still it takes it. I mean, I can... try this. Audio, frame rate. Audio goes through HDMI, yes, yes, yes. Video, HDMI, games, blah, 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 blah. What's this? It's all there. Everything's correct. It's just not taking audio. That being said, I have to restart. Do you have any idea why this is happening?
I have no damn idea why it's happening. Better start messing with the computer.
It works every time I restart.
It does? Well, you'll be fine when you restart then.
Huh? Well, I know, but fuck, all the viewers fucking hate it. I'm not going to retain 700, I guarantee you, when I come back. Not 700. How did I do?